Welcome to the Supreme Lending Dallas Show, where you'll be introduced to different speakers on different topics, and you'll meet different guests for each of our episodes. Let's get started.
Hi, my name is Liz Evans, host of the Supreme Lending Dallas Show, and I'm so excited. And we have such an interesting guest today, and that is Chef Dat. Chef, go ahead and say hello.
Hey, I'm just glad to be here with you.
Thank you.
I was shocked to walk in and you had a glass of wine waiting for me, which,
yes. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I am thankful to be here. And yeah, it's David Anthony Temple, and that's how we came up with the Chef DAT initials. And then, you know, blame it on my mother as being a Saints season ticket holder when I was born. She wanted a little baby who dat, and
and she got one.
And here I am 37 years later, still running.
Well, I'm so excited to have you today, and you have such an interesting story.
I'm glad you think so.
I do, and we're going to get started. And one of the first things is tell us about this photo.
Okay, well, this has to be probably one of the most important beginning photos. I was doing the underground dinners. I thought about it in 2008. Started them really in 2009, and I wanted to do one at my friend's house. They have like one of the only houses. It's more like a gallery style home, mm-hmm. Beautiful modern home in Deep Ellum, and her name is Gianna Madrini. And Gianna and Greg wanted me to do one of these dinners at their home, which is a blessing. Like, it's an absolute blessing that they asked me to please host in their outdoor garden with a fountain and these rabbits, and like it's really like Alice in Wonderland-ish, really cool. And at their entrance is it's very obscure, like very tall fence. You can't see into their home and anything at all in Deep Ellum. And he's like, "Hey, David, I made a drawing for your dinner." I was like, "Okay, cool." I just figured he wrote my name on a board, and he did the Underground London logo and put Underground Dinner, you know, wrote it on there, and which eventually became my logo for my company and my brand. Was because of them. They actually helped launch and help do that. So that actually means a lot to me, that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks
I
for
love
asking.
it.
Yeah.
You're welcome. And why did you decide to become a chef?
I hurt my leg playing baseball when I was a kid. And I thought for sure, absolutely no doubt in my mind, that I would make about $7 million a year playing baseball for the Seattle Mariners or, you know, Cincinnati Reds or somewhere like that. But darn, you know, like only like 1 in 100,000 people make it. And I wasn't one of those one. Didn't play baseball my senior year. Had some great opportunities to go to college at LSU and Tulane and Centenary inside Louisiana. I took a little break. I was like, you know, before I go down that route, let me go to Dallas. Mm-hmm. I don't know many people there, and let me figure it out. Let me see what I want to do. I'm just gonna like to wait tables. I was already bussing tables while in high school and like working at a supermarket. It was all around food. I'm like, I really love food, and I like to have drinks.
I think most of us do, right?
Yeah. So food and drinks made sense to me. I got into the industry. I didn't want to leave it. And when working at the Mercury Grill, which is off Preston and Forest, it hit me then. I didn't start till a little bit later, but it hit me then. I wanted to be create the food. I wanted to have that ability to see the guest happy when they had a plate, or when, as a waiter at the time, when a chef would say, "Hey, I'm sending this to table 5." And I get the plate, and I have no idea what's on this plate. I'm like, "Chef, what is it?" He goes, "Don't worry about it. Send it to the table now." I'm like, yes, chef. And he walks over there and he tells them what he has made for them, special for that person. And they know it's their favorite dish. He knew they're coming in, or saw them walk in and realized, ooh, I have escargot in the back, but it's not on the menu, but I know I have some. It does something special, and that made me want to become a chef. It was actually Chris Ward at the Mercury. I don't know if he knows that or not. I need to make sure he really knows that. It was him that drove me, and I would watch him, his charisma, and he'd be so angry and so mean sometimes. But whatever, it was time to shine, and we saw that customer that he loved and he liked, he could wow them. And I was awestruck by it, and it made me think, I could do this restaurant owning and food creativity, artistic lifestyle. I thought it'd be cool.
That's very cool. And this next photo, what is that of?
That's not a photo of me drinking wine. That is definitely the sound of me enjoying wine.
Cheers again. Gotta love wine.
So there's an art collector, good partner, good friend of mine named Alden Pennell. And Alden gave me one of the first opportunities to do a very large dinner. And we did it at a wood art gallery kind of location near Alden Pennell's power station, where he has big, huge art displays. And it was actually at Kip Lott's wood studio and art studio and photography studio, backyard, underneath the canopy, big, huge slabs of wood, very rustic, very high and fine dining. Got to do, I think, a 9-course menu for Alden and his wife, Janelle, and that was a lot of fun. So that was a really memorable night. That has to be 2011, 2010, so yeah.
Okay. And how did you come up with underground dinners?
I don't know if I did. I don't think I did. I was on a plane from Seattle to Hawaii, and I had some, it was a pop into San Fran for just a minute to switch planes, go to Seattle. I took like a 12-hour layover, because I wanted to go see, I'd never seen Seattle. So I had a New York Times paper on me. I had a San Francisco Chronicle, and I bought the paper in Seattle that day when I got back on the plane. And you have an 8-hour flight, or I guess a 7-hour flight to Hawaii. So at the time I was living in Hawaii. I was working there. And I was reading all about these dinners and these events and these pop-up things. And it's weird. There's a story in the Times about it. And there's something in San Francisco about something happening in Berkeley at some house. And they're called pop-up restaurant, or a private dinner experience, or supper club. And I was like, and there's had words about being, it's super underground. You have to know to get in. And this is at the beginning of Twitter. So a lot of people were using just tweeting, we'll be at the corner of 35th and Main from 3 to 7 selling ramen, or whatever they were doing. So I decided to do these dinners. I was like, well, I like the word underground, and I want to call it an underground dinner. And that's when, of course, my friends drew a logo of it, and it just really stuck right then. So did I come up with or coin the phrase? No, that I may have popularized it for sure. And it definitely picked up traction in Dallas pretty quickly. So a lot of people jumped on and started doing pop-ups or underground dinners, or whatever you want to call that genre, supper clubs, immediately after it's kind of caught on. So,
and there's something so intimate about underground dinners, correct?
It's what we have always focused on is having an intimate dining experience with the chef, me, or if I have another chef in town, come to the table and present every course, tell you what you're eating, where it's been sourced from. You don't get that at a restaurant, really. You more order. Even if you do a chef tasting menu at a restaurant, I feel like getting that chef to come to the table and present every course, I think that's very personable. And then there were times where I'd have a guest from I've had for 5-6 years, and they sit across the table from someone who they don't know that lives 4 houses down from them. They become best friends, and they become like best neighbors. So it's always had that connection. It's connected a lot of people, and I hope that on our post virus era that we've been in, I hope that we can get back to that communal dining again, where friends can sit across from new friends and make friends at a communal table again, because that really was the unique part about it. Like, you don't know who you're sitting next to. And believe me, it wasn't always good. There were times where we had to separate people. They would get political, or they would get religious, or like some things you're not supposed to talk about.
Tonight.
They're like, glass of wine number 6, like, let me tell you what I think. Whoa, ma'am, you're gonna sit over here now. So there's been mostly great experiences from it, though. That was the uniqueness of it.
So you have a lot of interesting stories. And so what are some words you'd use to describe your cooking style? Because we have some photos that are coming up right now. And how do you describe your cooking style?
I think that my bloodline's pretty Creole. So a lot of Louisiana influence. I was raised cooking fine dining, not raised at home. I was raised at home cooking Louisiana cuisine. My mother cooked gumbo from scratch, red beans and rice, jambalayas, etouffees. As a professional career, when I got into food, I got into fine dining. So you take that French and Japanese, very precise technique from what I saw working in those restaurants, mix that with my Creole background. That's kind of where my cuisine came from, and it has a lot of those Caribbean flavors, islandy flavors from living in Hawaii. So I guess my cuisine would be considered like rustic, high-end Creole, but very localized, as in like it changes wherever I'm traveling. So I'm gonna cook a total different dish. Like I was in wine country last week, cooking at Raymond Vineyards. I cooked way different than I'm cook the same dish here in Dallas. Same ingredients, but I'm gonna cook it different because it's just a different place. Than the ingredients, are not exactly the same because it came from a different region. So. Okay.
And Chef Dat, please tell us about your experience in Belize and how it inspires you today.
I cannot wait to go back to my second home. Mm-hmm. I love it there. It is.
What do you love so much about it?
Tranquility. It's just peaceful. It's dusty. It's dirty. It's grimy. It's a third world edge to it still. I get to help a lot of people and feed a lot of people that needed food. So I felt like I was able to give back to the community. And then the beaches are nice. The water's great. There's not the big, huge waves like in Hawaii, but it's just really calm. It's really tranquil, and a lot of Creole roots there. So I got to cook a lot of Creole food and learn a lot about, like, one in particular was Garifuna cuisine, and I love Garifuna cuisine. And most people don't know what the heck that is, but it's something to look up. There's some really amazing food in Belize, and I can't wait to have that country fully open back up so I can go down there and start working and cooking again, because I'm just very, very, very happy place in my heart there.
So you go to visit just to set up these dinners?
Well, I have a little place there that I stay. I mean, I spent all of 2017 there. So getting my work permit and getting all my legality work to be able to work and live there. Mm-hmm. And then jumping back and forth from the States to Belize very, very often until 2020 hit, where I haven't been back since January. I spent the whole month of January 2020 there, which I'm glad I did. Yeah. But yeah, I've been back since then. So hopefully very soon I'll go back down and do a dinner. And my friends have some restaurants where I go guest chef at and have fun. And you try to spend a month at a time when I go there. So you can do about 4 or 5 dinners, and then drink and drive a golf cart the rest of the time.
It sounds good to me.
Yeah. You just pack up a Yeti, a roadie, and then drive a golf cart around and go, oh, that beach looks cool. Let's go sit on that one. So it's kind of fun.
Okay. And Chef Dat, Is there a chef you admire the most?
Okay, so overall, like forever and ever, Thomas Keller, French Laundry. I mean, he's always been the person that I think he's been the leader of American cuisine, and it would really put America on the map as being a fine dining place. Is Thomas Keller. But locally in Dallas, it's selfishly one of my very, very best friends, John Stevens. He owns Stock and Barrel in the Bishop Arts District, and it's a neighborhood. It's like, do you like Houston's?
Yes.
The restaurant Houston's?
I love Houston's,
okay.
yes.
So, at Houston's, there's something for everybody. Somebody comes in from out of town, okay, look, Houston's is nice. I could take them there. There's something on the menu this person will order, even your picky friend. At Stock and Barrel, he has so much vegetables on the menu, so many things that are just like, a great steak, a great burger. Then he has great dishes that are so like, what does this word even mean? You have to ask their server, what does this mean? They tell you, like, I'm going to try that. And it's phenomenal. I think John does a great job. So locally, I love my friend and I love John. I love supporting him. It's probably the most common restaurant that I go to. But yeah, overall, like growing up, the idolizing always been Thomas Keller.
Okay. And you touched on the picky eaters, or the so-called, do you do anything with vegan or plant-based foods?
I do, yes. I cook for a lot of people that prefer not to have meat. And we had a client they're actually Indian, so they're from India, and they ate a full vegan diet, but they wanted a degustation menu, so meaning 9 to 12 course dinner, all vegan, and it was in spring, and as you know, spring is the best time for produce and vegetables, and it was so much fun. And I actually not only made an extra course for a picture, so I could prove that I actually could do it. I was like, can I really do this without meat? The entire, no butter, no milk, no cream, no nothing. Can I really do this? Is it really gonna taste good? So I had to make one dish, take a picture of it real quick, eat it, and go, wow, that's really good. Or, ooh, that needs a little bit of salt. Or that needs a little bit of pepper. But, so yes, I've done it, and I love doing it, and it's fun, because it makes me have a challenge. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you eat vegan?
I don't, but my marketing coordinator does.
Really?
She's vegan.
She does?
Yes.
Does she have a favorite vegan restaurant that she goes to?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, but we'll find out for you.
There's one called, I think they're vegan, vegetarian. It's in an old temple in South Dallas called Kalachanji's. It is really good. So yeah.
Okay.
Put on your list.
All right, on my list. I'll try vegan food though.
You will?
I like it. Absolutely.
Okay, me too. I'm fully down.
Yeah, me too. Okay, and why is pairing wine and food important?
Because they go together just perfectly. I think they were born to go together. They're coming from soil. They're produced to go together. They're meant to pair. I work with Roots and Water, which is a private members only wine club, is where I do most of my wine pairing and wine dinners. And that is by Mr. A.J. McClellan. And I believe that every dinner should have wine involved. but
Cheers.
That is the New Orleanian, the Louisiana in me, where if it doesn't start with a cocktail and then with wine during dinner, and then a post-dinner cocktail, then we didn't really have dinner.
Love that answer. Okay, and Chef Dat, what trends are you noticing regarding wine and food pairings?
What trends am I noticing? I'm noticing that all pains are cured by champagne. I'm noticing that you can't go too far with caviar. I'm noticing that all these great things that I've always loved are still amazing. Now, I'm just trying to be silly and be funny and make you some rhymes. But how I see things moving forward, I'm seeing a lot of more people really diving into wines and not in wines in particular, but spirits and alcohols that are different. So I'm seeing a lot more sakes made in a much cooler way. I'm seeing much more people diving into ways to integrate French cuisine with Japanese cuisine with local flair, and I'm seeing a lot of that happening, and that's what's really interesting to me. So that's the newer kind of trend I'm starting to see happen in a lot of places.
Okay. And what are some of the states or countries you cook in?
Regularly?
Yes.
So Dallas, Texas is our base. This is where the company's Chef DAT-Brand started. New Orleans is where my soul will always live. I think my mind has always been Belize, so Belize a lot. Every summer I'm in Colorado, usually Pagosa Springs, Crested Butte kind of area, in between the two of those. And then we have a farm in California and right near Napa Valley, so I cook out in Napa and in California as much as I can as well. So that's my main little circle.
Okay. And Chef Dat, thank you so much for being with us today. And we have one last photo. And
Okay.
can you tell us about this photo?
Aww.
I know. It doesn't get cuter than that,
Okay,
right?
do you want to make me can we make him tear up on TV?
Yes.
Okay. That's my baby. That's Parrish. So my new brand is called Parrish, and he's my mascot. Named him after the new company and the new brand. We have a food truck. We're working on a grocery store right now to rescue produce and feed a lot of the hungry. Working with 4 Down Project and the Harvest Project and feeding the homeless, or feeding people who don't have food in their plates. So Parrish, after we were starting the brand, this cute little nugget roly-poly is under my mom's patio, and he's a rescue. And my neighbors at our lake house in Louisiana, the neighbor's dog had its litter underneath our patio because my mother feeds the neighbor's dog bacon every day. So wouldn't you have your puppies underneath the bacon lady's patio?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Naturally, she goes to the bacon lady's house to have her puppies. And this one, he was the fattest little chunk and alpha of the whole bunch, and he's twice as big as all the other dogs of the whole litter now. He's 66 pounds. That's a baby picture, but he was really cute.
Wow.
He got fixed yesterday, so right now he's under intensive care and watch. And
He's not happy with Daddy right now.
oh, he just really needs Daddy right now. He's fine with me. He's not growling or biting.
Good.
He's just whining. And I was up every hour and a half last night because he just thinks he needs to use the bathroom every hour and a half right now. And I think he's in it for 10 days. He's in the cone and in the protection. So yeah, I'll be Daddy Dat for the next few days. I am actually working at Stock and Barrel with John Stevens Friday and Saturday night this week. So we're getting him some intensive dog care and some friends that are helping out for those 2 nights. But yeah, that's my baby. That's Parrish.
Sweet.
Parrish Lou Dog Temple. He's a doll.
Okay. And as we come to the close of our episode today, if you would like to get more information on fine dining with Chef Dat, go ahead and contact him with the information on the screen. And Chef Dat, do you have any last words for the audience?
We are excited that the times are changing, and me and my team are fully vaccinated. We love doing in-house parties and dinners and private events with wine pairing and high-end food. We do buffet drop-off foods. We used to do a ton of house openings when people are trying to sell their homes, and they are like, how do we show this clientele that you could entertain in this home? So anybody who's in the real estate market and looking to sell these homes and show people how they can entertain,
We're there for them, and the best way to reach us, of course, is through our website, through Instagram. And I'm just excited to be back at work again. And I think everybody's really ready for a new normal, back to work, and let's grind. Let's have a lot of fun. Let's drink wine and eat good food together.
We are ready.
I am too.
Okay. Well, one last cheers.
Cheers to you, darling.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. And thank you for joining us on this episode with Chef Dat, and have a blessed day.